Hey guys, this is Lala Legacy and welcome back to another episode of 1000 Lies. So let's jump right back in. After both of them read it, I hand the phone back to its owner while he's still in shock. What? What's this supposed to mean? That's what I'd like to know. It's almost like someone's challenging me to a duel. This is insane. You ordered a figurine. You didn't kill anybody. You didn't kill anybody, right? A lot of people, every single day. I haven't been a professional hitman for the last 13 years for nothing. Don't look at me like that. Of course I haven't. Yet. So, who's this Harry H, if I may ask? Don't ask me. I don't know any Harrys. Not to mention that he used one of those free emails that anybody can create. So there's really no way for me to know. What are you going to do? I can't see the police investigating the kidnapping of a plastic figurine. It must be some kind of joke. Some internet friend must have known about it and decided to pull a prank on me. You're just going to ignore it? Of course, I'm not stupid. Aren't you curious? I'd like to take a peek, but I wouldn't want to go alone either, just in case. I can live without knowing. I'm just upset that someone would pull a prank like this after my loss. Doesn't anybody respect true love these days? That's the problem with you, Endian. Everything outside of your comfort zone bothers you. Preparing a surprise party for you must be hell. If it's just a joke, then you should laugh about it. Maybe even go there. It could be fun. What could go wrong, eh? I have nothing against surprises, but when nothing goes my way, then of course it's gonna upset me. Anyway, how did you manage to turn this into an impromptu therapy session? Just so you know, I hate you. Me? Therapy? What makes you think that? In fact, we could change subjects and talk about something more interesting. For instance, did you notice that during that anecdote you shared with us, you displayed symptoms of kleptomania, compulsive buying disorder, and paraphilia? And you don't have a smartphone! That's the worst part by far. I don't have a cell phone, so I don't have to talk to you two outside of school. And why do you care? The important thing is how everything goes wrong for me and you aren't helping. Well, we've killed enough time here. We should probably head back to the classroom now. What? What a weird transition. With the intention of leaving before Ziva has the chance to toss me on a couch. What? Ozzy stops me with the question. Hey, CR, before we go, I'd like to know one thing. If that notebook doesn't make you clairvoyant, what does? I chuckle in response. I write 2 short notes on different pages and I tear them off, handing the first one to Ase. I'll give you a hint. It isn't actually clairvoyance, but something similar. I pat him on the arm, bidding him farewell and leaving him behind as he reads the note out loud in a hushed voice. You don't deserve to flirt with Ziva while I'm looking away. Or you don't have to flirt with Ziva while I'm looking away. What do you mean? This is more like advice than a premonition, and bad advice at that. Did you say my name? Did he write something about me? Let me see. Let me see it. Maybe I could come up with some symptoms Endian shows using my deductive abilities. Speaking of symptoms, how are yours, Ziva? What do you mean? That love sickness you suffered during our little play, it's possible you suffered some after effects, you know, and I just so happen to know of a good remedy. Oh, now Ozzy is delirious. That's cute. We'll treat that some other time, okay? Ziva walks away, leaving the lone reject behind as he puts his hands in his pockets and sighs. It's then that he finds the second scrap of paper that I wrote, which I had slipped into his right pocket without him noticing. Because she'll turn you down anyways. Impossible. It's unfair that you can predict these things, Sierra. You've won this time. 1,000 lies. had been a while since the day's lesson ended, and I went back home, but that very afternoon I would have to pass by the school again. I leave the clinic that's next door to my school, and I decide to take a detour through the scenic route. There's a park with a small pond located behind the school, and I like to wander there from time to time. It's sloppier than you'd expect. The water is nearly dried up, and it has a strange hue that's extremely off-putting. That doesn't change the fact that it's quiet and welcoming here when you just want to take a peaceful stroll. As I sit in the park on a bench at the edge of the road, I flip my pen in frustration as I'm unable to recall the words for its paper counterpart. Then, with a heavy sigh, somehow my thoughts are suddenly led astray. I still have time to go and take a look at the place the email mentioned. I remember the place not being too far away from here, and even though I know it's stupid, it still piques my interest. Forget it, I said I wouldn't go. Why would I anyway? To make a fool out of myself in front of Ziva? I don't have to prove anything to anyone. Ase also said we should be making the most of the time we have before our final exams. It's true there isn't much time before the exams begin, and after that, I don't have any plans, but is that reason enough for an anything goes attitude? That isn't the right question. The most important thing now is to think about what I truly want to do without forgetting to consider the risks. In the worst case scenario, what could it be? A kidnapping? Bah, I'm not important enough to be kidnapped this elaborately. And if it's just a prank, then who cares? I don't even like this town. I'll just leave once I finished high school. I don't really care how the others see me either. I'm curious to know who sent me that stupid email. I should stop overthinking it. Exactly. I should go investigate it and find the truth myself. What now, Ziva? Take that. Thrilled with the results of my monologue, I jump up and flip off a random, unsuspecting cloud. It's not like I actually care about the cloud's feelings, but it's obvious that I was caught up in the moment and had temporarily abandoned my own principles. What nonsense am I even... That's it! You're totally right. I have to change my attitude. To hell with everything. A huge hat flops out of nowhere, concealing a girl underneath it, who then also decides to flip off an unsuspecting cloud. Upon closer inspection, I see that the hat is normal sized, but the girl underneath is just puny. For no apparent reason, that shorty walks up to me and answers the question I haven't even asked. What am I doing here? I've been on that bench the entire time. I was drowning in sorrow until you decided to sit next to me. Naturally, I assumed you were going to hit on me. In fact, I don't know why it doesn't happen more often. Although it's a pity that you just had to be so ugly. No hard feelings, but I have high standards. Why is the name of this dialogue box, is she making fun of me? I mean, you're intriguing in your own way, yeah. It isn't good to be so forceful. First impressions aren't everything to a girl. Whoops. Wait. This is so confusing. The important thing is that you aren't a pervert. You came to cheer me up. I don't know how you knew what I was thinking, but your words have inspired me. Thank you so very much. Alright, I have no idea what's going on. Same. It seems that when I sat here, I didn't realize someone else was sitting here too, and now she thinks I was talking to her all along. That's what I get for thinking out loud. Normally, people would think you're crazy for doing so. You'd never expect to attract crazy people. I don't know who she is, but I need to stay calm like she's a predator. I mustn't let her smell my fear. Schneef, schneef. She's sniffing me! You smell like a good person! Crazy do not touch. I think I'm going to like you after all. You have a better chance than I initially thought. You should be proud of yourself. You're scaring me. I'll do like you said and just enjoy the moment. My condition shouldn't be an obstacle, and overthinking it isn't going to solve anything. Right. So, it's been a pleasure finally meeting you face to face. Until next time. Thank you again. She leaves as suddenly as she appeared. I would like to say something in reply, but I'm speechless. In fact, I think I peed myself a little. Oh, Jesus. Tossing aside things I'd rather forget, I'm here to check this place out because of that mysterious email. I was thinking there'd be a cowboy or someone to challenge me to a duel, but nobody else is here. I should have known that, considering where I am, in an unfinished neighborhood. They started building a ton of complexes here a little less than a decade ago, but they blew the budget before finishing them. This playground is one of the few things they managed to finish, but with no one living around here, it's no wonder that it isn't popular. I can confirm that personally, since I usually pass close to this area when I visit the library, and I've never seen anyone else here before. It seems that I came here for nothing, or at least that's what I think until I spot a leg hanging out amongst the tubes, rails and slides. Keeping my distance, I sneak around the playground trying to figure out who the leg belongs to. And sitting there is a girl. I immediately recognized not her identity, but the gestures she's making. Between her fingers, she holds a pencil which she used to trace lines along a sketchbook that's propped up against her knees. While listening closely, I can hear her humming. Sometimes she rubs her pencil against her lips while in thought, or looks away from the sketchbook to view her subject from another perspective. She doesn't seem to notice my presence as I hide behind a tree, planning the best course of action. Alright, CRN, there's nobody else around here, so she must be the one who sent that email, or at least she must somehow be involved with it. So, I go out, wanting an explanation to that email. Seems easy enough. As soon as I begin to emerge from my hiding spot, I immediately jolt back behind a tree. Wait a second! If she's waiting for me, then why is she sketching here? She seems too immersed in her drawing to be waiting for someone. She hasn't even looked at anything but her paper and subject. Actually, it must be difficult to see much from her vantage point. If she's waiting for me, it'd make more sense to wait from where she can see the entrance. Another possibility is that she wants to ambush me. That'd account for why she's hidden. Then maybe she got too caught up in her art and forgot about me. In that case, I should try to catch her off guard. Why am I overthinking this anyways? I have the upper hand here. I just need to move first. I should just be friendly and give her a good first impression. It'd still be a surprise attack, but not as aggressive. I stealthily step out of my hiding spot. With cat-like reflexes, I climb up the slide and grab one of the monkey bars near where I want to slide down next. I sneak behind the girl with the intention of surprising her before she can react to anything. Gotcha! Eh? She's gone? I fail my mission miserably and decide to survey the area just in case, when I finally notice her running out of the park, fleeing with all of her art supplies in hand. Now what do? I scratch my head in confusion, with no next plan of action until I gaze at the nearby garbage can. She probably hasn't yet realized that nobody comes here to empty the trash, seeing as it's filled with her scraps of paper and from failed drawings. It's pretty full, so she probably comes here often. The scraps have all kinds of illustrations, clearly drawn by someone with natural talent, of animals and fantasy creatures one would expect from a movie. They aren't the work of an expert, but they have quality that dazzles me, except for a small detail: what's written next to them. This one has a story that begins with an intercountry religion war that somehow ends with an intergalactic war with vampires. What? Another is about magicians summoning spirits in a post-apocalyptic city. Their enemy seems to be a gangster werewolf, also from space. Who is she? Is she freaking Stephanie Meyer or whatever the F her name is that freaking wrote Twilight? The one stars a group of globe-trotting, demon-hunting mercenaries. The demons aren't from space this time, but hyperspace! She is definitely the author of frickin' Twilight. This is giving me an aneurysm. Same with Twilight! The art's good, but the concepts, not so much. There are too many cliches. I'm starting to wonder if they're all actually parodies. Maybe she's mocking me, or maybe these are clues of some kind. While busy putting my detective skills to the test, I slip on something and lose my balance. Looking down, I find that the culprit is a common drawing pencil. That's weird. I saw her using this a minute ago. For her to drop it like that, she must have been in a pretty big hurry. Then I realized something. This happened to me at the pond, too. I was talking out loud without noticing. She must have heard me while I was rambling behind the tree and must have scared her. That must be why she ran away. She has to be involved with that email business. She ran away because I was about to catch her. Okay. I can't let things end like this, right? We have unfinished business, my dear nameless artist. No, wait. What am I doing? I mean, yeah, okay, maybe I just got caught up in all of the excitement. Let's just say that sometimes I get lost in thought and maybe lose control of myself. It's because of those kinds of situations that I'd rather take things slowly and consider my options first. When I decide to improvise, nothing good ever comes of it. After leaving the playground, I tried to catch up with the mysterious girl before I lost sight of her, while also trying to be careful as not to let her see me. I couldn't just approach her with other people around. They might get the wrong idea if she goes on the defensive or accuses me of something. Finding the ideal moment was essential, although I think my decision was bad since I decided to hide inside a cardboard box. Oh my god, we're solid snaking this bitch. Like in that one kid's game. Every time she'd make an unexpected movement, I'd stop and conceal myself under the best possible camouflage ever. Yes! It is a Solid Snake reference! It was an easy task, considering my 35 years of experience as a triple agent for some of the most important spy agencies in the world! Well, no, to be honest, it was just an excuse to spy on someone while hiding inside a cardboard box. It was on my bucket list. My intentions were good, and that's all that matters, right? It was a pity that everyone kept pointing me out. It sure didn't help my stalking. What's their problem with people who like hiding in cardboard boxes? If it becomes a trend, you'll all go begging me to help. Still, I have to say that it was incredibly uncomfortable. It's a good thing I'm the kind of person who follows his convictions through to the end no matter what. By staying well hidden, I was able to continue following my target. After changing streets, the target changed directions at an intersection and went down a street I knew well, since I usually take it on my way to school. It was hard to keep up with her the whole way. I'm not good at sports. In fact, I'd say I'm below average as far as proficiency is concerned. Not that it's easy to sprint while wearing a box. But that girl seemed to be competing for the 20-kilometer walking Olympic gold medal. Why was she in such a hurry? We passed by a flight of stairs. That would have been a good place to stop. Take the stairs down and return home. I even lived nearby too. What a pity that my common sense was turned off or out of range. Maybe the cardboard box stopped the connection from getting through. Finally, we reached an apartment block, forcing me to leave my companion cube behind. Oh my god! A Portal reference! I discreetly followed behind her and used my foot to catch the door before it slammed shut. Then I snuck into the lobby. For a dime, in for a dime, in for a dollar. By then, I'd probably lost sight of my objective. But that is all the time that I have for this episode, guys. So if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, subscribe. By subscribing, you're becoming part of a legacy. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!